Okay guys, I'm here today with Jon Satava, huge honor for me. Guys, Jon is one of the people I know that has the best butterfly games. And today he's shooting an entire instruction all about butterfly guard retention. And I'm very excited to learn from him.
Let's do it, let's do it. So let's come on this side, Bernardo. So a lot of times when people show guard retention and guard recovery, I think the most common thing that I see is, you know, people have their back on the ground and they're always putting their like knees and elbows to their chest. So if Bernardo tries to circle around my guard towards this way, you always see people putting their knees and elbows to the chest and then replacing the guard like so. And I think that's obviously a great and like time-tested recovery, but we have another way to recover that I don't see as many people taking advantage of, and that's sitting up and maintaining the seated guard and the butterfly guard and recovering back to that position. So for example, if Bernardo was going to go circle around my guard towards this way over here, yeah, and he starts to put my back on the ground, if I start to get behind, I can always start to look to get a collar tie right over here, as long as I'm getting my forearm in between his collarbone. And then what I'm going to look to do is I'm going to look to rock my legs and start to sit up and get all the way up to my hand. Notice how I'm turned a little bit on my side over here. I'm not like this. I'm turned a little bit on my side. And now from this position, I can start to work a bunch of recoveries. If Bernardo doesn't connect his hands, I can always just start to escape and heist up and maybe go into my attacks or just get myself back to my butterfly guard in a good position where it's hard for him to pass my guard. If when I start to sit up over here, Bernardo goes to connect his hands and stay tight over here, I can start to insert my backside hook and start to lift and either go for the sweep or lift and go for his leg, or lift and he starts to post his hand, and one more time I can start to recover to a good offensive position. And lastly, if I'm here and Bernardo starts to change his head position over here to throw my back on the ground, I can always start going back to my hip escapes, going to my elbow control armbar, omoplata, or just pushing him away and starting the butterfly guard again. And if I can get really good at chaining my momentum, so if he switches his head to the side over here, and now he switches his head back to try to maintain his position and sit back up, you can see I can take advantage of the space between my back and the ground and really generate a lot of momentum and start to recover to an offensive position. And this is just one of the series that we're going to look at in this instructional, and believe it or not, there's a bunch more that are based off of sitting up to maintain and recover your guard.
Good. Oh, Jon, so instead of doing what everybody does, like hip escape, bring the leg in, it's all about sitting up and finding gaps on that transition from where you were like laying down to sit up.
Exactly. Yeah, that's primarily the tool that we're going to be using. And you know, we cover some retention stuff there, like what to do against standing opponents and other types of behavior, how you should address, you know, knee cutters or people who like to circle around, people who like to do the stack pass and stuff like that. But this is just one that I just wanted to highlight for this video.
Got it. No, that's awesome. Yeah, Jon, guys, Jon has one of the best butterfly guards I've ever seen. Learned straight from Marcelo. And I think the recovery is a big part of like having a good butterfly, right? Because if you are the butterfly guy and every time they put your back on the ground and you don't know what to do, it's going to be very hard to...
Yeah, so it's funny that you mentioned that, because so many people think about butterfly guard as being like such a vulnerable guard. Like your back's out of the ground, your back's exposed, your neck's right there for the guy to go to. The Kimura is easier for him to get to. And you know, if you can't sit up to recover that position, if you can't get used to recovering that position, the guy's just going to throw all these attacks at you. And you know, we cover how to deal with all that.
I got it. No, that's amazing. Yeah, so guys, his entire structure is going to be at IBJJFanatics.com. Maybe by the time you're watching, it's already there. So make sure to check that out. And thanks so much.
Thank you, Bernardo. Great to see you.
Thank you. Please help me out to grow my YouTube channel. Just click subscribe. And to watch more videos, just click under see more videos. I hope you enjoyed.
IBJJFanatics.com. Use the promo code YouTubeFaria to get 10% off any instructional video. Improve your jiu-jitsu faster.